What do you want? Here's our veggie cream soup. It's super nourishing. All you do is swift carrot, rock salt, and fresh milk. Yeah, I just need to go get milk. Oh no! We're all out of swift carrots. Sure. How many do you need? Oh, yeah, sure. I definitely had this, apparently. Thanks. Alright, well, I didn't even know that existed. I'm just here to cook my own shit, but that's there to teach you different ways to cook things. Now, excuse me while I fill up my own stuff. Okay. Time to go ahead and upgrade this climbing gear. I went ahead and I also bought the stealth chest plate, so this way I can work on that too, but, you know, one thing at a bit. I keep forgetting. No, I know what it is. Alright, so, I actually was recording this earlier today. I'm that crazy about this game right now where I can, like, record, fail, and then go back again only a couple hours later. So, re-recording. Lovely again. Thank you, Elgato, for being the prime product that you are. I did sell the pants, but now I gotta resell the pants. Hopefully I can retrace my steps and everything can go well like it had in prior things, because that definitely, the kid was different. Alright, so now we're leaving the Kakariko Great Ferry, about to head north, because I really want that damn travel medallion. Picking up some shit along the way, because I know I'm going to need some Sunset Fireflies for the Sheik armor upgrade. How much, I don't remember, but I know I'm going to need them, so, you know, that's me. I grab shit that's in the area that I can grab, because I know I'm going to want them and need them. A couple guys try catching my attention, and then I know across the horizon, yep, rock deposit. Admittedly, using the sword's not the best idea. And then I noticed this Korok, but it takes me like a few minutes to realize, oh yeah, shit, I should put it in the other one. And then eventually I start putting in the other one, but it wasn't going up straight, so I had to drop it and restart it in order to get it to work straight. Oh. I can tell you've trained your body well, I'd say. You're familiar with both a sword and a bow, correct? That's a good skill set. Why don't you join the Yiga clan? Oh. What? You don't know? Fine, I'll tell you. The Yiga clan, it's a powerful, brave group of warriors founded by Master Koga and dedicated to defeating a hero sought to be long dead. I will take your life. I mildly gave it away just then, but I like this because you find guys that you think are just random normal NPCs, but they're not. And that was really easy to kill him. They're not particularly hard. I also like the vicious sickle. Is there anything I can get rid of? Alright, while we're walking through this area, I want to talk to you about rock salt. And that is that there are items similar like it, rock salt's the main one that comes to mind, where it cannot be cooked by itself, but it can be cooked with something. So if you try and cook rock salt by itself, you get nothing. I think I mentioned in the very beginning of the game, if you try and mix and match foods, you end up with dubious food, which is like, it's edible, but it's bad food that does very little. Yeah, rock salt is good if you want to cook it with things like meats or apples or anything of the sort. Anything you cook it with, it will improve it, but it cannot be cooked by itself. So that was one thing I wanted to address. There's other foods I like, and I just can't think of anything off the top of my head, and I know there's others. About Yiga stuff, though, because I feel like that's kind of relevant, there will be plenty of times where you run across people just in the middle of the road that end up being Yiga in disguise and will try to attack you. Most of them have vicious sickles, and they're usually pretty easy to defeat. If you defeat them, you end up with things like mighty bananas and some rupees. I like it. I think it's funny. It was a very nice touch for it to be my first playthrough, and then just stumble across it and be like, whoa! A hired hitman out to kill me. Like, I just thought that was cool, because it wasn't something you really expected. Now, coming up on a shrine across the distance, apparently we actually walked past a sable, because we weren't going on the pad, so at some point I'm going to need to go back. We will talk about the fleet lotus seeds in just a minute, though. Ow! Alright, well, that worked. Now if you go in for the legs, chop them all off, he becomes immobile, and that makes killing these guys a lot easier. Now he's less of a threat. That's how I deal with mobile guardians. Alright, Fleet Lotus Seeds are increased for your speed, and they are not at all required for any sort of upgrade, so feel free to use them at your leisure. I went ahead and went all out later in this recording session and just cooked all the Fleet Lotus Seeds I ended up doing. They can stack, like if you cook about 5 of them, they're kind of like the Iron Shroom, where if you cook like 5 of them, they max your speed out for a long duration, and it's a really, really good idea. So you can get a 3 stack of speed if you so choose. Sorry about that, I actively forgot to talk, because I was busy thinking about how annoying it is to get rid of the Lizalfos, because there's a bunch of assholes in this area, and I could live without it. Oh, it's down there. It fell already. I thought it was still in the bowl. Yeah, no, sorry, I was focused a little bit more on that, so yeah, I didn't think to announce, yeah, we're here, like I should have. Been a good boy. You're a bitch. Get back in the water. Alright, so I hope you guys like playing with your balls, because that's what we're going to be doing right now. There you go. You can tell I've done this already recently, because I'm actively still going. Now, I had a genius brain idea, and that is to put this, excuse me, see there's a switch down there, right? I don't give a damn about the switch, I give a damn about these balls. So I'm going to grab these balls here. I missed. Alright, I got a ball. Now what we want to do is we want to put it up here. It missed. Okay, ready? No? I need some cooperation here. Damn it. That was way more difficult than it needed to be. Damn it. My problem is my own patience as of this point. There, weigh that down, that goes in, boom. Saves you from trying to have to stasis the switch and then rush a ball up there. It's definitely not worth doing that. I'm pretty sure that was the way I did it my first time. Anyway, right down here is our treasure. If I'm not mistaken, it's better than this crappy spear. That's a matter of opinion. I just wish it wasn't two-handed. Other words, yes, it's stronger. Anyway, that's it for this shrine. Which, yes, we got this one last time. The game plan is to head around and get the shrines first, and then make our way for the tower, if it'll allow me to. Alright, so it's storming out. Thankfully, at no point do I really need to go climbing, but it does make me change my items and equipment to prevent myself from getting struck by lightning. That doesn't bother me too much, as long as I got stuff. In other words, I'd just be avoiding enemies. Because you can go ahead and de-equip your bow, your sword, and all that if you absolutely have nothing that isn't metallic and would get you struck. I get a lot of close calls where it strikes like right in front of my face but doesn't actually hit me. It's like kind of like it's taunting me or trying to play games with me or something like that. It can also hit enemies too. Right, there's a Korok, put the ball in the thing, and boom, there you go. But yeah, it can hit enemies, and that will be very clear later. Tireless Frog, that is a extra stamina, so it would fully heal you plus give you extra if you want to go ahead and turn that into an elixir. Alright, this is sort of like a camp of some kind, in the sense that there's a ass ton of these guys. Wow, I got shock arrows. Alright, well, where are you going? I'm gonna go ahead and just give you the details then, because technically I already have everything. Fire, ice, shock. Those are the main elements. And we've already experienced multiple chews of that variety as well. Am I finally able to switch? Maybe. Since you're being annoying. I was ready to try and save my sword, but stupid rain. Thank you. There we go. Alright. Once you reach a certain point close to the river, this shit starts happening, and it gets kind of annoying. Over here, over here. Don't mind the dying bird I was trying to take for food. I apologize for calling on you so suddenly. I am Lido, member of the Distinguished Zora. Are you a real Hylian? As you are a real Hylian, I had no choice but to call upon you. Will you please give me a second of your time? Thank you so very much. Do you see that tower, the one atop the mountain yonder? I need you to go upstream to Zora's River, which runs along the north side of that tower, to Inigo Bridge. I can see in your eyes you're asking yourself, why me? A reasonable question for a stranger accosted by a passing Zora in such a manner. But I assure you this venture will be very profitable for you as well. You see, Prince Sidon of the Zora is in desperate search of a strong Hylian, and as a royal request from the prince himself, it's safe to assume generous reward is in the cards. That is why I'm asking you to meet with Prince Sidon at Inigo Bridge along the Zora River just upstream of here. Can I get my food now, please? It's getting sand on it. Now, there's a simple way and an even simpler, well, an easy way and a hard way to do this. Well, let me show you the easy way. Last time I did this, and by that I mean my first time playthrough, I did things the hard way. Come on up, Draft. Now, the hard way of doing this is to, oh my god. Where's the front of it real quick? Climb that mountain and then paraglide all the way down. You can do it, it just takes a while. Now, excuse me while you kill these guys, because they're getting on my damn nerves. But still, much, much less infuriating than the failed recording. And by that, I mean no one would leave me alone. As for now, I'm having at least a semi-peaceful trip. Be it I had one extra ancient core at my disposal that I no longer have. There you are. End my suffering. You're still alive. No, you're not. I want those apples too. Thank you. Things are going by and feeling a lot quicker, as one would only imagine. Ah, yes. Okay, so I mean, I hate to say, but thankfully, that failed recording got me the opportunity to spare you guys the agony of having to solve this puzzle. It's not that I didn't do it right, it's that you have to redo it specific ways in order to get everything in one trip. That was the problem that I had. I forgot that there was that treasure there, so I had to redo everything again, and I just kept having to redo shit over and over and over, and it's just a huge waste of time. So allow me to show you how to do it in like 5 seconds opposed to 5 minutes. First thing, first things first, fill this up with water. Now we want to go Cryonis over there. I hate how Link dives sometimes. I don't want him to dive, but he's just like, I'm a fish! And I'm like, Link, no. Now we want to put a bomb right here. Why would you think to do that? Exactly the fucking point. It's dumb. So allow me to spare you, again, the agony. Now this gizmo right here controls that laser. Excuse me. I think that didn't work. Push it. Great, it's going. Get off. Link likes to be stupid and continue pushing things even after I tell him to stop. And then try and quickly swim over, assuming we make it in time. Grab it. There you go. Just in time. Now, we want to put you on top of here. Excuse me. Excuse me. But, thank you. I'm Link. Yeah, you're in the middle of running. I understand. Okay, now that that's all good, done and good, last thing, detonate it one more time. That raises the water and closes this door. That's why we had to do it this way. And very last thing, which actually I'm not even sure why I did it, considering I knew the item wasn't even worth the headache, but I guess I'm showing you how to do it. There you go. That took me a lot of effort to do the first time, and well, I guess since technically it is better than that thing, we can use this. It's also a two-handed weapon. So you see. Excuse me. Also, real quick, I'm going to go to the Hatino Ancient Tech Lab and upgrade our bombs, now that we've got 3 shafts to give Homegirl. Oh look, rain. It's a good thing we're not staying here long. Come here, I have a shaft to give you. Ancient materials. Bombs. Here's my shaft. Yes. Yes. And before you take too much thought into that joke, she's fictional and she's over 100 years old. Apparently I need to pay a little bit better attention when editing, because there was actually a point right here that got cut out where I go ahead and I get 2 extra heart containers. That's not a problem that I cut it out. The problem was that I didn't cut it out, and I was looking at the footage and I was like, wait a minute, that's not supposed to be there. So yeah, between getting the bomb upgrade, we also teleported Kakariko, handed over our spirit orbs, and got 2 extra hearts. And instead of going to the tower, we're going to a shrine that is very well aware next to the tower. And then there's this blood moon coming in right now, which I'm going to cut that out so you guys don't have to see it. What are you doing? Step right up, don't be shy, check out my fine bananas. So yeah, they'll make you yell, oh. What the hell? You are a Yiga guy, aren't you? Because your name is just Traveler and you don't have an actual dialogue and you're talking about bananas. No. Yeah. I learned during initial recording the best way to tell if they're fake is just to look and see if they have a name. Now, I'm going to start running around this way because I know there's scripted rainfall coming up ahead and I'm trying to bypass that because fuck you and stupid game design I don't feel like dealing with. There's a bunch of these guys which don't leave me alone, so I had to go beat them into submission. And then I'm trying to take the high grounds before I get to a point where I need to climb but can't because of rainfall, so just barely got that. That's the shrine off in the distance. I see this Korok and then I give it a try and I'm like, no, that's really not worth it. I can't do that. And again, because I got the failed recordings, I knew how to avoid the headache. Last time I tried climbing this, it was raining. You guys got spared from some bullshit rain. How's it going? I need this and that. Can I help you? Oh my, how wonderful. You're a Hylian. No. Oh, stop it. I know a Hylian when I see one, and you're about as Hylian as they come. Then why did you ask? Oh, apologize for calling you out so suddenly. I have been searching for a Hylian like you for a very long time. My home Zoro's domain is in terrible danger. That's why Prince Dawn sent me in search of a strong Hylian warrior. Yeah, right there. He's waiting right there. Would you please talk to the prince and perhaps save us all? Could you do this huge favor for us? We've never met, but I'm leaving because of rain. Miner, what do we got? We can use the sickle, why not? I like the sickle, it just sucks. And there's another weapon that I've never seen before that looks even cooler and is also apparently held by the Yugas. But I should save that discussion for post-commentary because it gives me something to talk about. This guy should be a joke. Alright, your shield's in my way. Thank you. What can we use now? This'll work. They all have the exact same attacks, by the way. We can just barely skip it. I really want a core. We want to get rid of you in place of the shield. It may be weaker, but it's probably more resilient. That wasn't what I wanted to do. I like it like that. The area just looks so pretty. I don't know, you get used to the feeling, but it gets stale, but it also, I don't know. It's got its own iconic look. My inventory is full. Well, let's fix that. Now I've got room. And we got a lot of stuff to do. Alright, so taking the long way around, still trying to bypass these guys in the scripted rain event, we're walking backwards a little bit before we start climbing up. Now, I want to go ahead and talk about things like the more along the lines of the Sunshroom, Chillshroom thing. So yeah, Sunshroom, Chillshroom, they're found in the environments that you would expect, but there's also other variants to this applicable to insects as well. The darner and the butterflies. There is a warm and cold darner, and then there's a summer wing and a winter wing butterfly that are found in the respective areas that you would think. And those guys right there, normally, like, you know how I typically show myself commentating live with combat and stuff as far as camps, I'm not counting this because they really get up there in terms of difficulty when it comes to scaling some of these towers, and they pull bullshit like this. So it's easy to try and think, yeah, I'll climb this tower, but it's surrounded by some incredible obstacle. So the towers do get a lot harder to deal with over time. It's not going to be fun and games the whole way through. It's not going to be easy. Like, it gets pretty nightmarish, especially later, that I can think of one in particular. Right up here, I'm waiting for a certain enemy to show up that we're going to be talking about as well. But I wanted to talk about the more of the temperature difference-based enemies, because it's not exclusive, and I don't think those guys are... I know for a fact Darners aren't required for upgrades, but right there's a Wizrobe. He's been there for a little bit, which Wizrobes do not drop parts. Those ice key swings that I picked up, that's because he happened to spawn an ice keys just right in front of me at the worst possible time. There's variants of Wizrobes being ice, fire, and electric, all of which would summon things like bats and choo-choos. They also have, of course, the rods that would accompany them, being the fire, thunder, and ice rod. But there's also upgraded versions of each of those weapons, which would be the blizzard, meteor, and I think it's like thunderstorm rod. So those are all powerful guys that can hold the weapons you need, but they don't drop parts, so it's up to you if you decide they're worth fighting. Here's someone's up here? I saw a text box. Hi, friend. What you looking at? Wow, I can't believe it. Excuse me. Yes, you. I am Groove of the Zora. It is apparent that you are a traveler, but may I ask what brought you here? How very astute of you. An excellent query indeed. But I, by order of Prince Sidon of Zora's domain, am searching for a Hylian, or at least I was, but then I fell asleep. I awoke to a loud noise, awful quaking, and now here I am. I like to get down, by the way, but I'm simply too high up. I need to figure something out. Prince Sidon is down at the bridge below, but for some reason I cannot seem to catch his attention. But you're a Hylian, yes? Well then, my luck is improving. Prince Sidon doesn't seem to notice my struggle. Perhaps I should swallow my fear and jump through the river below. Then I can return to him. He must be worried sick. Nope, can't do it. Too high up. I'll likely meet the gods if I ever after before I see Prince Sidon again. Mr. Hylian, I must apologize. It must be some time before I can get back to Prince Sidon. Please, you must go ahead. Now, admittedly, I've been kind of avoiding trying to talk to him because that's going to trigger like a whole bunch of storage shit, and I'm like, well, I don't want to do that yet because I want to save it and get it all at once, but I might actually just go just so it at least gives me an objective marker. But at the same time, I don't want to go because, I don't know, I have an order of things I want to do things in, and there is a benefit to avoiding it. It might not be obvious, but yeah. So that's kind of the situation. I'm more focused on the find the teleportation thing than I am the Prince Sidon thing. But admittedly, this was one of the first things I came across and stumbled upon during my first time playthrough, and I imagine it was probably the same for a lot of people as well. We got a couple shrines here, by the way, which is good. Yeah, you know what? I might just skip out on them, because it's not like we don't have an easy warp, too. After all, we're all the way up here. We could just fly down at any point. Plus, there's another one right next to him. I'm more focused on the travel medallion.